Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have kind of a mashup of videos for you here. We're going to do a type of coin roll hunting, punch board coin roll hunting, and we're going to couple that with an environmental damage kind of look and feel here, right? So this is designed to really educate you on what happens to coins depending on how they are being housed. So this is a gambling product. This one is really fascinating because mostly these were outlawed in the 50s and 60s in most states. I think at certain bingo halls you could still do stuff like this, where you could win prizes and you would buy numbers, and there's a numbering system here. This is really unusual because I'm used to what's called a punch board, where you could actually have little holes that you would punch through. So this has, as you take a closer look here, a bunch of Morgan and Peace dollars, some silver eagles, and a gold eagle in the center. And what's interesting, of course, about that is that you have modern coins in here. So this is not, your old school punch board. Now, what we're going to do here is going to be something that's a little bit like an open box, in that I'm going to actually go ahead and open a couple of these guys here, and then show you kind of what happens with these, and then we'll take a closer look. So we won't take the time to show you everything here, but one of the things that you'll notice right away is, of course, my cool magic tricks where I can make coins float in midair, huh? Okay, so there's also, on stuff like this, you've got some tape involved, right? And then you've got some toning involved. And this is going to be something that you're going to see here that's going to be somewhat consistent. And then we can have a little bit of a fun discussion about what you think the grading companies should do. This is an opinion question. This is not a fact question. This is just an opinion question. What do you think the grading companies should do with items that are toned over, that were in products like these, right? So for example, here we got a silver eagle. What do we got? 1991 silver eagle, and we're going to look closer at this coin in just a minute, but you'll take a look and see we've got a little bit of some toning going on there, right? And of course, the other fun part is when you look at some of these coins here, they've got dates on them, like this is 1890 on this coin, and you think, all right, come on, give me a CC, right? Who's going to give me a CC here? Well, not this guy, but once again, you have some of the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this board down, and then we're going to take a closer look at the coin, so you get a feeling for what tape residue looks like and what toning looks like when it comes from being inside of something like this. All right, let's take a closer look. So let's take a look and see what happens to coins that have been in boards like this. First of all, I didn't really take them all the way apart and show you, but these things have tape, right? And so you can see the reverse image there on the tape. Yeah, there you go. It's a ghost image. So this is one of the things that happens with coins and coin collections that we see. Now, of course, this isn't necessarily a collection, but I want you guys, the point of this is so you can see a couple things and understand what you're looking at when you get a coin collection in, or you're just looking at something at a flea market or whatever and you're not sure what's going on, right? So one of the things that you'll notice on this is that where the tape was, there is some residue, and you see that green residue on there, right? And so that is the type of thing that is actually still literally sticky. If I put my finger on it, it'll actually still stick. You can't tell, but I just left some really nice fingerprints on there for you. But this is all for understanding. Now there's still areas here where there's actually physically tape on the coin, and underneath there, though, you can see the green residue, right? And so typically, what people will do to get that off is they'll use something like an acetone product, right? That's the stuff that goes into fingernail polish, that type of product. It's nasty stuff. And of course, these coins here aren't worth trying to save for the most part. You can tell the coin was actually cleaned and polished. See those lines dance around before it was put into that board, that gambling board. So what's interesting also to note is going to be, as I grab a piece dollar that's still completely covered over, also you can see they kind of cleaned this coin, is all that cardboard on the back side of this, or on this board, leaves a lot of toning on coins. And so, you know, I have these discussions from time to time with people about, well, what is environmental damage, what is artificial toning, what is not. And everyone just kind of has a little bit different opinion. So to me, you know, I always consider there to be some type of malintent when you're talking about artificial toning, right? So these coins are not being subjugated to this awful treatment just so that they can tone over nice on one side and have some guy in the year 2025 say, "Whoa, look at that toning, bro. I'm gonna buy that." You know, that's not really the point here. But if you did find a coin in here that you liked, you would probably have to go ahead and treat it. Like this has the tape on it still. It's just coming off in dribs and drabs. But once again, you've got all this toning on the back sides of these coins. And where that's especially true, now toning, just so you know, generally attaches more towards uncirculated coins. So the more coin that is circulated, the less toning you'll see, right? And the more that the coin has original luster to it, like here we go, this 1890. Oh man, forget about the word original. That thing has been buffed out. That is unnatural. So when you look at a lot of coins, you get to understand what natural luster looks like. That is not it. But you'll see also a lot more toning to this coin than you saw on that previous Morgan we looked at. Now where this becomes an issue is these coins are not worth, you know, not worth saving, right? Not necessarily. But then you get to these silver eagles, which are nice uncirculated coins, or were nice uncirculated coins, except for the fact that they have tape on them, right? And you can see the residue that's left behind that needs to come off. And you can see the image of the eagle on there, the image of, pardon me, the parts, the high parts, the good bits. Here we go. That's how you handle coins, folks, right there. Learn from a professional what not to do. All right, so what I was actually getting at was, now you look at the back of this coin and it's like, whoa, that is something that in this market people want, right? That is something they want to see and they want to pay buku bucks for. You still have some tape on the edge here that needs to come off. I'll let a professional handle that for me. So, you know, the question is whether or not coins like this, all stuck together here, have environmental damage. So in other words, if I send these coins in to get certified, if I can go ahead and get the tape residue off without destroying things, it's a big if, right? Now, acetone should take the plastic off and should leave most of the toning intact. Is that environmental damage? Is that artificial toning? Or is that just, you know, that's it? I mean, that's just how those came out, right? So you decide, you let me know which one you think that is. Artificial toning, straight toning, or maybe you just want to say, hey, it doesn't matter what we think, it's what the grading companies will say. Well, then if that's your answer, tell me what you think the grading companies will say about those coins. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben, the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.